Hello, Henul here. Welcome back to a new round of gaming, and this time it's Blades for Hire, a tactical war game RPG from yeah, I don't know if it's a management game more or less, but it's definitely an RPG game. And we are managing a mercenary companies or a mercenary adventures guild, or at least that is what I got from the page. So let's jump in together. You can see it's fresh right in here, and let's see what this game gives us. If anything, yeah, it's loading. Okay. There was a weird little jump glitch, whatever that was. Here we are. What do we have? What do we have? We've got 50 gold, day 1, week 1. We've got some kind of some kind of time frame, and we got a group here. And let's see, Venzor, childhood dreams. Ooh, it's drawn. Childhood dreams, yeah, we want to grow up, we want to be a mercenary. Is that it? Yeah, looks about it. And we are off for an adventure. Also a way to tell stories with just pictures. And those of you who pass all my trials shall be granted the great honor of serving me and the entire house of Urs. There we are. What is your name? Ben. Just Ben, my lord. Very good, Ben. Why are you here? To pass the trials and enter your service, my lord. Wonderful, Ben. Answer me one more question. Who let you in here? Remove this bastard piece of shit from my courtyard right now. What? Why? What did I do wrong? No. What's the matter, Ben? Lost something at the bottom of the mug? No, Sophia, I'm waiting for one deep enough to drown in. Ah, that's us here on the left. And how long will this go on? Until the money from the sold sword and armor runs out. After that, I'll have to borrow from you. My guess is that's us. What's all that noise? Is there some kind of celebration today? The poor are mocking the suffering of the rich. Last night an aristocrat estate burned down, nothing left but ashes. That aristocrat was the Urs you know so well. Truly a celebration. No one survived. Huh, what a pity. Except for that good-for-nothing youngest of the Urs' heirs. What a pity. The boy can't seem to grow out of playing with soldiers, but now instead of picking the elite guardsmen, he hires all sorts of rabble. He's founded a guild and takes on tasks for all kind of wealthy folk. But you said the estate was reduced to ashes. He has nothing left. Does it take a lot? A couple of coins, a few connections. He's probably dreamed of doing this since childhood. Did you ever dream when you were a kid? I wanted to become a court knight. And you became a drunk. Go wash up or something. You reek of a month-long bender. Yeah, here's a chance to get back into the game, I would say. The deadbot stomach. A couple of coins, a few connections, you say. Oh, do we do our own thing now and we're gonna go in the rivalry with him? Hey boys, want to make a bit of coin? This is the map of the province of Corinth, where the end of the story unfolds. The buttons at the top of the interface let you control the flow of time. You can also use the spacebar to pause and the plus-minus to adjust the game speed. To avoid bankruptcy, keep an eye on the clock. Mercenary wages are paid every week. Money is earned through hard, sometimes dishonorable and ruthless work, yet it flows away in a swift stream, mostly to pay the wages of the dishonorable and ruthless mercenaries. Your primary source for income is completing missions. Okay. All currently available missions appear on the map as scroll icons, like this. Some have a preset difficulty level, which is indicated by the color of the ribbon. Elite? Epic? Is that it? Mercenary positions play a crucial role in combat. It's easy to guess that those with higher defense should go in the front, while the ranger attacks or mages are kept in the back. Okay. Assigning mercenaries to a mission is quite easy. Just click on the portrait and drag them with the mouse. Aside from running missions, you'll also need to manage your organization. For that, you rely on a team of specialists, each with their own role. To interact with them, click to the tavern button to use the corresponding icon on the map. That's the icon. Okay, should come here. Are we paused? Yeah, we are paused. Okay. So this is the map. There's a coal field. There's weak sign, Vexine, Lurk River, Watermills, Sinister Swale, Wolf Jaws, the Fangs, the Ulcer, Sherfield, Beaver Hill, the Spine up here. Yeah, probably that's the Spine. Swanford, Lakeside, Bitter Lake, Vensor, Pinewood, the Witch Hill, Northern Mines, the Bear Ground, the Beaver Hill, the Grey Cliff, and the Last Shelter. And something over here, Torrings Island. Okay. Is that the estate? No. That's to the tavern, and that's harsh interrogation. That's the tavern. Okay, let's quickly check out. Frederick, the quartermaster, Sledgehammer, the bouncer, Ben, the boss, Sophie, the manager, and Louis, the agent. Is that Pedro Pascal? Let's see who we got. We got Terowin Bristow. He's got 8 strength, 5 movement, 3 speech, no, 3 charisma, 4 speech. That's him, Terowin Bristow. He's got a timber axe with stuff. We're gonna look at that stuff. We don't want to fire him. He's got health. He's got loyalty, strength, agility, intelligence, and charisma. Okay. Attack, endurance, resistances, critical hit chance, and a multiplier. He's a peasant. No wage, volunteer, high cost of 0, salary is less than 1, and valor, intelligence, and courage up. Okay, courage, lawfulness, mercy, rest. Okay. That's the stats, and we can see them here. Okay. Poacher. She costs us 1. She's a ranger. She costs us 1. Doesn't have as high of a courage, but doesn't have... Oh, does have more armor because he does nothing. He has nothing. Okay. Rolf Willard. Yeah, we're gonna look at all of them. What is this? Apostate priest for 0, a mage for 1, a mercenary soldier, a refugee for 1, an LA cutthroat, loyalty 55. We will see what loyalty does probably. Okay, that's all our troops. Let's go for the quartermaster. Supplies. Okay, that's the cost for the supplies. What's the second number? How many there are? Is there 1 shield for 30? Is that it? Yeah. Okay, you are a 1-hander. You are 2-hander, right? Rusty Claymore. 2-handed. And this one is 1-handed. Yeah, that's a 1-handed one. Okay. Mana 10. Loyalty. Okay. Ooh, that's a plate, breastplate. Okay, what is this? A shirt. Endurance 8. That's endurance, right? Yeah, okay. Tunic, a casrock, a leather jacket. Why not buy a barbarian garment? No, a leather jacket for our Bristow, and I want to just check that out. See what that does. Gives them a bit more endurance. Doesn't change loyalty, right? Yeah, it's still 60. Okay, fine. That is that. That's the quartermaster. The bouncer. Ah, for the training. Okay. What is that? Ah, you can train them in morale at the beginning, health, attack, and we can upgrade them. Okay, so she got, what is this? Convenient target. +5 attack. Attacks the enemy's backline first. Requires a bow. Child of the woods. Health and agility. And I could go for bow mastery and train her. Okay, get it. That's Ben the boss. We can recruit someone here. Apostate priest for 2. Barracks are full. Insufficient gold. Barracks are full. Okay, that's the recruitment part. What's the manager? Ooh, we can upgrade. Okay. Infirmary. Increase mercenary health recovery during rest. Mana storage. Unlocks ability to buy and store mana. Allows to charge up mages. We need probably that. Number of weekly contacts 3. Okay, we need to upgrade it. And Louis the agent. Map interaction and organization management. Ah, that's a tutorial. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna come to all of that. Good, let's go in. Harsh interrogation. The miraculously surviving aristocrat appears to be completely lacking in imagination. His organization is simply called the Guild and is based in Swanford, the town closest to the sacked Ur's estate. It would be wise to find out how these people conduct their business. Louis already has a potential source in mind. Ollie the Short, rumored to have been expelled from the guild for incompetence, is known to frequent the Dancing Bear Tavern, where he drinks heavily on a regular basis. A team needs to be sent to negotiate with him. How are we negotiating with him? Yeah, then we need charisma and intellect, right? So we send Rolf. We send Rolf with Ellie. Ellie Roswald, she's a refugee, and is she range? No, she has not all of the health, but fine. Oh, here, Clifford Clark, the deserter. Oh, no loyalty here. How many do I send? How many must I send? Is there any indicator of how many I have to send? How long does this take? Any indication? Anything? Don't see anything. Okay, let's send you in the front. We're gonna go with the deserter. We're gonna go with Adeline and him and the Rolf. Let's do that. Okay, they are walking into the city on their hours. Okay. Mercenary arrive at the inn at the height of the evening. The place is crowded, noisy, and the target is drinking alone at the corner table. Wait for the inn to close. We approach him now. The mercenaries sit down at a short table, looking curiously at the newcomers, his eyes slightly glazed from drink. Ollie gestures to the serving girl to fetch a few more mugs. Drink with him for 1 gold coin. Ordering a cold drink, the mercenaries start a casual conversation with Shorty. After chatting about the weather, the latest gossip, the party finishes their mugs. Proceed with the interrogation. Frowning in annoyance, Ollie again refused to talk about the uncomfortable topic. Then we drink one more with him. Proceed. At the mention of Urs Jr., the drunkard starts cursing loudly. He then blurts out a wealth of information about Ben's enemy's organization. After jotting down his ramblings, the mercenaries thank him and leave the inn. Mission accomplished. As they part ways, the mercenaries ask why people call the informant Shorty, since he's actually average height. He mutters something about it not being about height and walks off looking rather sad. Recruitment. Display all characters currently available for hire. Pool of potential recruits refreshed weekly. It's fine. A mercenary price depends on their level, equipment, and traits. To dismiss an unwanted employee, click the dismissal button. Yeah, we wanna actually. I want to dismiss someone. I've got an idea. We want to. Who was it here? No, here. I wanna get Clifford out with his low loyalty. Gonna fire him. Fire Clifford. Can we take his stuff? No, he has his stuff. Verbal counting to morale at the beginning of combat if there are more allies than opponents. Deals damage equal to, yeah. I want to keep him. Let's see if there's anyone close to him. There's a bouncer here, but without equipment. My guess is without any... No, not without equipment. What's the strength of his? 44, 11, 16. He's got a shield. I'm not quite sure how we can get loyalty up. Bouncer, how much he costs us 1. This one would be nice, but it costs us 2. Morale once per battle, then becomes unavailable. Volunteer, hiring costs us 0. The salary is less than 1. Wound dressing restores to all party members 10 points lost in battle. Critical hits from allies grant a double morale bonus. Okay. That's Robert Becker. Don't we have already? Here it is. Rule for it. What is this? Anatomy expert. Selfless. Weekly salary -1 and mercy and wound dressing. Yeah. We're gonna see what the loyalty does. For now, we don't need anyone new. Let's get our guys back. They are back. Anything here? A It said what here? We can upgrade that. Mercenaries -7, Specialist -12, Projects -15, Supply -10, Quests -2, Total -27. Land expenses, okay. So we need some more stuff. Okay, can I do anything? No. We're gonna wait, we're gonna speed up. Oh, wait a minute, stop it. Stop. Number of weekly contracts. Warehouse haste. Since the business has yet to gain momentum and every coin counts, Lewis suggests borrowing a small batch of weapons from one of the local warehouses. Judging by what we know about the quality of the guards, the equipment won't be anything special, but it will do for now. Has yet to gain momentum. Lewis. Who's Lewis? Ah, no, that's our helper. Okay. You know what? We're gonna put in 6 guys because why not? Let's put the priest in the middle. Let's put the ranger in the back. Let's put Bristow in the front. Let's put Clifford in the front. And let's put the mage in the back. And let's put the refugee up front. Let's try that. And move. They're walking. It's day 2 of week 1. And in we go. The party arrives at a warehouse in a slum on the outskirts of Benzor. The city is asleep and the moonlight barely breaks through the cloudy sky, casting a dim glow on the deserted street. Examine the building. The main door is locked. The windows on the first floor are boarded up. One of the second floor windows is ajar, but no light shines from within. Break down the front door. Success depends on the maximum intelligence of the party, 7. And success per average agility of the party, 5. What maximum intelligence, right? What was intelligence? This one. 3, 7 by Clifford. Yeah, okay. And the average is 5. Do we want to break down the front door or do we want to climb through the window? Let's break down the front door. We've got enough intelligence. After some quick work on the lock, the mercenaries remove the unreliable barrier and step inside. It's even darker indoors, and somewhere in the silence, a thunderous snore echoes through the space. Look for the equipment. Party makes its way to the storage room and begins searching. They don't find anything particularly valuable, but manage to gather some basic gear for men in a dangerous line of work. Keep looking. Leave the warehouse. Ah, okay. What is this? Do I see that correctly? We get loyalty? Is it loyalty? Is it a change of loyalty? Everyone else would lose loyalty. They would gain. And 2, 4. I think we do this. That's a net positive. Not wanting to push their luck, the mercenaries return with their what they managed to grab. Yeah, that's loyalty. Okay. Supply management. All mercenary gear belongs to the organization. You're free to shamelessly strip one character down to their underwear if it means better outfitting another. If the items on the market tend to sell out, stock is replenished weekly. The storage stores all the equipment not currently used by active mercenaries. To equip or unequip mercenary, drag items into or out of the corresponding slots. Alternatively, double click on an item with the left mouse button, place it in the... Okay. A few notes on weapon stats. We won't explain the obvious. Attack critical chance multiplier, but attribute multipliers may need clarification. Strength divided and dexterity multiplier. The wielder's strength or dexterity is multiplied by this value and added to their attack. Intelligence multiplier. The wielder's intelligence is multiplied by this value and added to the power of the magical. Okay. Endurance, a bonus pool of health points that replenishes immediately after battle resistance. The percentage of incoming damage that is negated. Dexterity penalty, the percentage by which dexterity is reduced when this item is equipped. Okay. They are on their way. So that means, am I correct in seeing that I could, in fact, once they are back, okay, I've got an idea. Let them come back. Here we are. Stop. Go into the inn, go into the quartermaster, storage. So I could take the unloyal one, where is he? Here. Take all of his stuff. can take all of this. And then I can fire him, is that it? And then I can fire him? Yes. Okay. Quests. Mercenaries, okay. Take this. And then we can go here. And we can give him the shield to better equip him. 51, 50, 50, okay. What else do we have? Weapons. I've got a short sword. Attack 5, attack 10, critical hit chance 10, crit multiplier 2.5, strength multiplier. Gives me... Oh, we are here. This one. Yeah, that's an upgrade. You get this. You can sell that. Here. Quilted breastplate. If I put that on, I get a bit more resistance. Here we get agility penalty, okay. You have your robe. You have the barbarian thing, you have a robe, you have this, you have nothing, so you get this. Then we've got breeches, endurance 6. Could give it to him. Hands, nothing. Shoes, endurance up. You can get some shoes. Okay, you can rest as well, right? Oh, can't rest. Okay, who do we have? Let's check that. We've got a peasant. He goes in the front. Can we... Let me see that here. We've got a front row guy, we've got a front row guy, more or less. We've got a back row, we've got a back row, front row, and a front row guy. So, yeah, okay. Poacher, he's on 2, he's on 0. How about we take Donald? He doesn't cost us anything. Charisma is up here. Agility on 8. Got a bit of equipment. We're gonna take the refugee. No loyalty as well. Okay. Fine. Oh, there's something in Swanford. A poster with the distinctive features of the notorious thief known as Crooked hangs outside the city guard post. There's a reward for catching the villain. It sounds like a good way to earn some gold. Ooh, we want to do that. Bristow in the front. We'll take the shooty, we'll take the priest, and we'll take the mage, and we will take the refugee, and we will take Donald. Let's move. Mercenary stats. A few words about stats. There's no need to explain the concept of health, but it's worth mentioning that if mercenaries have drops to 0, they die permanently, never to be resurrected ever. With rare exceptions, health only regenerates while idling at the tavern. Okay. Loyalty reflects a mercenary's dedication to the organization. Are they willing to die in battle, or will they choose to retreat? Will they keep working with you or start looking for a new employer? Take care of your employees and people, so these questions never have to come up. Strength increases the damage dealt with melee weapons, and range attacks affects defense, critical hit chance, and the initiative order during combat. Intelligence boosts all spell damage, and if a mercenary is in the mage, his high intelligence won't be very useful. Sometimes it can even be detrimental. Okay. And charisma helps avoid unnecessary conflict, but it won't help much once the fighting starts. So that's for RP reasons. That's for the mages. This is for stuff. For defense and for offense. Mental stats influence how mercenaries' loyalty change during quest decisions. For example, when making illegal choices, mercenaries with high lawfulness, above 5, will lose loyalty. Mercenaries with low lawfulness will gain some loyalty. Bravery also affects more combat. Attack determines the damage dealt with each strike. Defense provides extra points in combat, which are deleted before health is affected. Mercenaries are paid weekly. Late payments deal a serious blow to loyalty. Okay. So, he is courage, mercy is lawfulness is 5, 6, 2, 4, 8, 2, 2, 3, 3. Not much lawfulness. But why would they lose love? Mercy 9. Okay, is it a mercy? Okay, didn't see what the thing was about the loot counting. It's time to sort through the loot from the poorly guarded warehouse. Get to it. Mercenaries brought back a few swords and a couple of old shields. It might not be the finest equipment, but even that could turn the tide of battle. 2 swords and 2 shields. Fine. It's too late anyway, they are on their way. Escort license. Moments later, Lewis bursts into tavern, beaming with joy and rushes straight to Ben. According to information trader, he managed to catch wind of a golden opportunity, one that promised a hefty profit. Hear him out. The Mercenary Guild is looking for an armed specialist to escort a large caravan from the capital. Normally this would be handled by contracted members of the city guard, but the contract was recently cancelled by decree of Lord Viceroy Cunningham. Whether the ruler needed his men elsewhere or the mercenary fell into disfavor is unknown. The important part is that a high-paying niche has just opened. All that remains is to obtain a license to conduct such activities. Fortunately, Lewis has a contact in the city chancery who agreed to review Bland's application out of turn. Naturally, the right qualifications and the proper sum of gold were enough to get the license approved. All that's left is Ben's signature, and his people can officially take on cushy and peripheral jobs. We sign that. As soon as Ben lifts his quill from the document, Lewis snatches the poor paper from his hands and bolts through the tavern door, shouting that competitors must have had the same idea. With a final request that Ben prepare a capable team to escort a caravan, information trader vanishes through the doorway. Yeah, they have to come back first here. The party arrives at the local guard post to get more details about the wanted man. One of the guards reluctantly shares that the brief thief has a history of stealing valuables from wealthy households. Items usually turn up later on the black market, but the sources has never been traced. Ask about the poster. According to the guard, the local wealthy residents finally got tired of ransoming their family heirlooms. They joined forces and hired an artist to create posters featuring the thief's face. When asked where the image was such an elusive criminal came from, the guard admits he doesn't know. Ask about the investigation. The irritated guard says no one has time to deal with this case right now. If the rich have enough money to pay some scribbler, they'd be better off hiring a private investigator or sponsoring the city guard. When the mercenaries claim they are private investigators, the guard gives them a scornful look. Still, he tells them how to find the head of House Blackmarsh, who organized the other aristocrats for a joint effort. Go there. Richard Blackmarsh is found at his estate. He even deigns to receive the uninvited guests in the office almost immediately, apparently encouraged by the state reason for their visit. After glancing over the group, the aristocrat's family wrinkles his nose but gestures for them to speak. When the mercenaries once again introduce themselves as private investigators, the reaction is somewhat more positive. Inquire about the stolen item. Ask about the thief's description. Blackmarsh Senior says he never saw the thief himself. His cousin Corwin was in charge of putting together the description. Corwin is most likely working at the town chancery. Inquire about the stolen item. Richard eagerly describes the missing possessions, casually estimating the total loss at several hundred gold pieces. Do we want an advance? No, then better not. Go to the cousin. After saying goodbye to the aristocrat, the party leaves the estate. The town chancery, the guard let the mercenaries in only reluctantly, and the official they're looking for seems quite busy, judging by the long line outside his office. Wait to turn. Cut the line. The team is not really well. Success depends on total strength of the party, 33. We're gonna do that. Success. Mercenary rudely shoved the others aside and entered the office. The official glares at them over his paper and asks in a gruntled tone what they want. Depends on the total strength. Yeah, explain yourself. Upon hearing the explanation, Corwin brightens up and invites the party to ask any questions relevant to the investigation. Ask for the purpose for the description. Corwin Blackmarsh states that it wasn't he who gave the description to the artist, but his son-in-law Hubert. The man is probably relaxing at his favorite tavern, the Boar and the Peacock, just a few blocks away. Inquire about the stolen items. Exhaustive list of what's missing. Noticing the mercenaries' eyes glaze over, he transcribes everything onto paper and slowly hands it to him. No, we're not taking in advance. Go to the brother-in-law. Leaving the bureaucrat, the party heads to the tavern. They find the man sitting at the private table in the company of a couple of other overpaid women and a pile of empty bottles. Clearly intoxicated, Hubert tries to wave the mercenaries away, but instead drops his mug to the floor. While the drunkard searches under the table, the party quickly explains why they dare to interrupt his leisure time. Ask for the description. Hubert declares that he never even met the artist in person. It must have been Richard Blackmarsh who gave the description since he organized the whole thing. What? Who gave the description? Ask about the stolen items. There's a list of clearly exaggerated losses. After all, no matter how skillful a thief Crooked was, it was unlikely that he had stolen not just family jewels, but also the tea set of the aristocrat's late great-grandmother and the cabinet it was stored in. Yeah, we don't want to be on the bad side of these guys. They've got money and they're just gonna return to the Blackmarsh Manor. The party decides not... What is this? Irritation. Mercy -3 morale at the beginning of February. The party decides not to waste time on the drunkard and returns to Richard. The aristocrat outraged and tells the detectives to speak directly to the artist and find out who gave him the description. He also offers some unfiltered opinion about negligent fools who distract hardworking people with nonsense. Mercenaries leave the inhospitable manor. Go to the artist. The specified location on the outskirts of the city. The party finds the artist's house. Like the rest of the neighborhood, the building has clearly seen better days. It appears that whatever the artist was paid by the rich, it wasn't enough to fix the roof. Surprise, surprise. Party finds the artist sorting through some jewelry. When he notices the armed visitors, he quickly sweeps the valuables into a bag, but not before the mercenaries spot a couple of items that match the description of the stolen heirlooms. Noticing the sudden change in their expression, the artist decides it's time to make a swift exit through the nearest window. Average agility, give chase. Success. The party rushes outside after the fugitive. They quickly catch and subdue him, then return the weakly resisting man to the house in time to a chair. Interrogate. After a few persuasion arguments, punching the American way, the artist confesses he is a thief named Crooked. Deciding to make extra money from rich, he planted the idea of wanted posters on Blackmarsh Senior via third parties, paid some street artists to draw a random stranger, and then distributed copies. To sow confusion, he told each wealthy victim that someone else had supplied the description. When finished, he offered to share his earnings in exchange for his freedom. We could agree, but then we would lose our mage, for sure, and get gold, a lot of gold. Or we could refuse. Aren't we lawful? Why? What's my... we are some scumbags, or what is this? Here we see it. Let's see if we can figure out how he gets 12. So, plus 12 if we agree and are shady. He has no courage, he is really not lawful on 2, and he has no mercy. Is that it? And on the opposite end, our mage probably has a high mercy, high lawfulness, and a bit of courage. Okay, so we need to put together crews that are close to the same. Okay, it's bad. I don't want to lose the mage. Loyalty 50, and he's gonna lose a lot. I love to take the money. If I refuse, I probably won't get much. Maybe a 20 or something, a 10, and then they will... Yeah. At the same time, I don't want to be this lawless. But it's bad. Look at this. It is so bad. If I give him back, we probably won't get much out of the rich. They don't care. They probably won't pay us. They will be glad that... But maybe we can... If we can get a good name with them, even if they don't pay now, maybe we can get back in later and get cushy jobs with them for high prices instead of being lawless and skirting around stuff. You know what? We're going to try to play lawful. We're going to try it. So we're going to refuse and move on. Mercenary family reject the offer and drag the thief to the guard post, taking a bag of loot as evidence. A familiar guard receives the prisoner and begrudgingly hands over the promised reward. 25. After leaving the guard post, the party scrolls back, discussing their recent ordeal. Absorbed in conversation, they almost miss Crooked slipping past them. When questioned, the thief cheerfully explained that he paid a 50 gold piece fine for disturbing the peace and is now a law-abiding citizen. Yeah, you wish. Then he vanishes in the nearest alley, utterly demoralized. The mercenaries return in silence. You wish that he is lawful now. Okay, who's out here? Who's this? Donald, the refugee. How? Health 50. If I stay here for a few hours, what's gonna happen? 50? Do they get health back? Rest. Can't rest. Okay. He is... What is this? Mercy, lawfulness. So we want to get characters that are lawful. Can I see that here? No, I can't. Why can't I see that here? Roland the Vicious Sanford. Darian Fugler. Why can't I see... That's bad. If I want to build a group with the right people, why can't I see what the stats are here? That's unfortunate. A bit unfortunate. Okay. Supply management. We got stuff. We got another shield. We give it to you. And there was a weapon, right? Yeah, there was a weapon. Short sword. You can get a short sword as well. What's it do for Cantrell? Yeah, do that. And another shield. You don't need a shield. You probably can't take a shield. Yeah, you're gonna lose all the damage. You don't take a shield probably. Yeah. Okay. You could take a shield. Okay, that's good. Yeah, don't love it. We're on 45. He's a range attacker, a poacher. He's a bouncer. I want to take the bouncer, but I don't love that I can't see what their stats are. Oh, there's something down here. The mage community is preparing for a joyous occasion, the wedding of 2 of its members. The celebrations take place in the village of Mills, just a few hours' ride from the capital. Mages are seeking a group of capable fighters to guard the event. But isn't there supposed to be an escort coming? Okay, we need intelligent people and we need... Okay, let's see what we can do. How about we send Wolf, we send Robert, and then we send, that's 8-7, that's 6-6, and now we want someone in the front, Tarot. Let's do it this way. Let's send the 3 of them. We're on day 5. The week is nearly over. Planned expenses are 18. Can I see that here? Total is -5. Quests +3, sale 1, project was this one. 12 points of cover during rest, 220 per day. Okay, so we need to leave him in town for 20. You are not resting. Ah, he's resting. Yeah, he's resting. He's getting health back, I see. Anything else pop up? No. And we're at the mill. Upon arrival, the party finds preparation for the ceremony in full swing. The riverside settlement is decorated with colorful ribbons and flowers. The local elder, bearing a visible relieved expression, offers the mercenaries a chance to rest before the event. Survey the surroundings. The party declines the offer and decides to take a closer look at the place. The settlement has only a couple dozen houses and no streets in the sense that city dwellers are accustomed to. Mercenaries have time to familiarize themselves with the layout of the buildings and shoreline before a servant of the elder appears and informs them that the celebration is about to begin. Proceed with the task. Heads to a house on the opposite shore where a number of guests have already gathered in the courtyard. The elder, visibly nervous, asks the mercenaries to station themselves at the entrance and keep an eye on the proceedings to prevent any misunderstanding. Observe. Of course, the celebration is far from the scale of a public sermon or an execution, but there are clearly more attendees than the village could house. More guests keep arriving, all passing under the mercenaries' watchful eyes. Most are dressed appropriately, though certainly not lavishly. Hearing the officiating priest announce the arrival of the newlyweds, the mercenaries turn their attention to a couple, elderly pair, decent looking and adorned with floral brass, and stand smiling beside the minister of the one. After taking the scene, the party returns to their duties. The celebration is loud, but the guests behave surprisingly calm. This may be due to the near-total absence of young people and the near-total absence of alcohol. Wow, that's so far so nice. Growing bored while waiting for something to happen, the mercenaries spot a small procession, about a dozen people, young peasants by the look of them, approaching from the bridge, armed with sticks and pitchforks. They slow as they approach the entrance, eyeing the mercenaries with confusion. Ask them what they need. One of the larger peasants steps forward and declares they have come to pay their respects to the guest of the mills. Let them pass? No. Yeah, we're not lawful. Look at this. We're losing on all of them. What? That even influences the ones that are not on the mission with me. Wow, okay. Don't let them pass. Rightly noting that the newcomers are not only inappropriately dressed for the occasion, but also armed, the mercenaries continue to block the peasants' way. The leader of the guests declares with a grim look on his face that they will get in anyway by force if necessary. I've explained the wrongness with words. Explain the wrongness with actions. Here we take the words. Success! Casting a pointed look at the peasants, the mercenaries barely suppress laughter, begin to explain. Even if the troublemakers somehow manage to break through their turned warriors, inside will wait several dozen spellcasters. At best, they'll fry the uninvited guests to crisp, and at worst, there won't even be ashes left to bury. Now, visible pale peasants retreat with grumbles, muttering something about the damn city folk. Laughing at the bizarre encounter, the party returns to their duties. We're doing fine. Mage wedding. Dusk begins to fall. The phase gradually dies down and the guests start to leave. Just as the mercenaries are about to head to the elder for their promised payment, having given up hope of anything noteworthy happening, they hear a muffled explosion from the direction of the house. Rushing to the scene, the party bursts into the building and finds the elder, his face twisted with worry, tending to the bodies of the newlyweds. A massive hole with charred edges gape in the wall of the building. What happened? Nervously glancing around, the elder explains in a dazed voice that one of the guests apparently went mad from unrequited love for the bride. The man had sat quietly through the ceremony, then challenged the groom to a duel for the lady's hand. When the groom predictably refused, the jilted guest exploded with rage, literally. After launching an attack, he blasted through the wall and fled towards the village. The elder pleads with the mercenaries to stop the mad sorcerer before it causes more harm. Demand increase in payment. Refuse. Why are all of the options bad for loyalty? What is happening? I would love for some kind of explanation here. I should have sent all of them. I didn't know that it involves all of our guys, even the ones that are not involved in the fight right now. That's bad. And I want to know what the indicator is. Why? That's something I need here. How is the 16 coming together? Why is it 16? Why is it minus 24 if I refuse? Why is that? He's a 956, so refusing is a minus 24. Why? Why is it a minus 24? And agreeing is a plus 16, and all the others lose stuff. I mean, we agree. I wanted to do it anyway. We don't demand an increase of payment. We're just gonna do it. Yeah, that's the overall better one. Deciding not to waste time on further so it did only affect the loyalty. Okay, so it did only affect the loyalty of the ones coming with me. Fine, that's good. Deciding not to waste time on further conversation, the mercenaries set off in the direction of the settlement. Go across the bridge, cut across the fort. No, we go across the bridge. Rattling their weapons and boots, the party runs over the bridge. As they cross the river, the mercenaries see the roof of the houses light up with a flash. For a moment, another explosion sounds from deep within the settlement, followed by screams. Rush there. Upon reaching the source of the noise, the party sees a dilapidated house engulfed in flames with the bodies of 30 peasants lying in front of it. Silhouette of a man is leaning over them. He clutches his head and howls unintelligibly about the unfairness of the world and his own fate. Approach him. The man suddenly falls silent and turns to the party, revealing to the dim moonlight his face contorted with malice. The mercenaries barely have time to scatter in different directions before a huge fireball hits the spot where the group had just been standing. Madman doesn't seem to be in the mood for negotiations. Attack! Yeah, attack it is. Ambush! Okay, first fight. Depending on the circumstances, battle may have modifiers. An ambush allows one side to perform an extra opening round of attacks. A brawl always ends without lasting injuries to the mercenaries. Bruised egos don't count. Combat can be sped up or slowed. Morale changes throughout the battle based on different factors, like using certain tactics or landing a critical hit. Morale reflects the fighter's willingness to stay in the fight. For example, at 90% morale, there's a 10% chance the fighter will retreat on their own. A fighter with 100% morale or more is guaranteed to stay in battle, assuming they're still alive. A fighter with a... okay. Before combat begins, you can assign a tactic to each mercenary during battle. Tactics can be changed at any time, but the change will only take effect once the mercenary's turn comes around. Okay, so far to battle. It's an ambush battle. Enemies get an extra first turn. I see that. Retreat. Random target. Okay. Wait. You, not random target. Can I tell you what to do? Oh, he's on random target. Attack a random enemy with a magic missile. Can I see his stats? No, I can't. Do this. Random target. Okay, you can only do random target. Fine. We start. Ow! Okay, that's our health gone here. Can you heal? No, you can't heal. Okay, that's a good hit. And he's down. Minus 40, minus 9. Okay, that did. After dealing with the sorcerer, the party returns to the Elder to finally receive their payment. An alarm bell is rising in the settlement and the locals are trying to put out a fire. So mercenaries take their hard-earned money and hurriedly leave Mills, hoping never to return here again. Okay, coming back. Oh, we got an update. Level up. Passive defense. Don't attack. 50% bonus. Defense minus morale every turn requires shield. Just cause restore morale in proportion to damage dealt. We got a strength and we got a charisma. We got just cause. So we want to get up this to be lawful with everyone. Doesn't attack. 20% to army morale every turn. 20 to RT morale. That's good. To party to morale once per battle, then becomes unavailable. Leader presence. Ooh. Yeah, why not? Restore morale of the most demoralized ally attacks up to 4 adjacent targets. Yeah, fireball. On the mission, yeah. So we need missions to get XP to the guys. Okay, and we could have sent out more of them. But we also need to see how we can get the loyalty up and how we can... I want to do this, right? Let me see. Can we do Donald? Morale at the beginning of combat. Attack. How long does it take? I want to see how this goes. This one and that one. And then you go for discipline. You go for one-handed mastery. 2 hours. Train. Is that 2 hours? Progress 5%. Also 2 days. Okay, in they come. They are back. And we're on day 7. The week is nearly gone. They are training. Oh, and there's the Black Swan thingy. We need to do that before the end of the... Can I stop that? All progress we lost? No. Okay, if I need them, let's see. The Black Swan. Rumor has it that one of the capital aristocrats is missing his favorite pet, an incredibly beautiful black swan. The wealthy man is prepared to pay a generous sum to anyone who returns his beloved animal. According to Lewis, an illegal auction is about to be held in Benzor, and one of the lots is listed as a mythical bird. On the off chance that it's just a coincidence, it's worth checking out. Take this, take tarot, and take everyone who's available. These two are not really best for this, but fine, and move out. The party arrives at one of the most notorious places in the Vensor, the Beer Red Tavern. After giving the code phrase provided by Lewis to the tavern's owner, who personally greets potential buyers on the day of the auction, the mercenary received wooden masks to conceal their identity, make their way inside. Surprisingly polite guards escort the party to a staircase leading down beneath the tavern. Overcoming their unease about being cornered, the mercenaries descend into a spacious hall filled with a variety of people, all wearing the same kind of wooden masks to conceal their face. At the front of the room stands a well-lit stage, currently empty. There are plenty of armed individuals among the guests beside the party, but the evenly spaced guards along the walls far outnumber them. If any lunatic were to cause trouble here, it clearly wouldn't end well for them. After a while, a distinguished-looking man without a mask steps onto the stage. At his gesture, the chatter in the hall finally dies down. The man on the stage introduces himself as the auctioneer and delivers a long, tedious speech about the event's rule. The mercenaries don't even try to grasp the nuance of his last word. They didn't come here to spend gold, but to earn it. Finally, to scattered applause from the audience, the auction is declared open. Observe. As the auctioneer presents increasingly interesting lots, the party members gradually begin to regret their inability to participate in the bidding. Expensive wines, thoroughbred horses, enchanted weapons and armor, exotic dancers of both sexes from the southeast, almost everything shown to the audience event is eventually sold, much of it for the sum of the mercenaries could never have imagined. Continue. At last, the torment of envy comes to an end. The host announces the final most important lot, the mythical black swan from the Hall of Night, the former pet of the patron deity of a nomadic people, slain by the One. Hearing this absurd presentation, the mercenaries begin to doubt not only the authenticity of this lot, but of every previous one, and perhaps even the sanity of the crowd. The audience, however, erupts in excited bidding over the unfortunate bird. Wait for the outcome. In the end, the swan is purchased for a staggering 1,500 gold coins by an enormously fat man surrounded by personal guards. Rubbing his short-fingered hands together, the delighted buyer eagerly tells his neighbors about the incredible dish his wife will prepare using the swan. Amazed by how much money some people have and how little sense, the party leaves the tavern. It's a shame they won't be able to attend the after-party promised by the host. Settling down near the building, the mercenaries begin to planning their next move. It's a risky move, but the bird could be taken by force. The key is choosing the right moment to strike. There's another option, trying to acquire a different black swan. It's hard to say which approach would prove more challenging. Use brute force. -2 on you, -2 on you, but the rest is fine with it. Or use cunning. Do we use the cunning? Where should we get a black swan? Use the brute force. Deciding that the most straightforward path is often the simplest, the mercenaries begin preparing for a haste. While the auction guests may be wearing masks, this particular one will be easy to identify. Wait. And here it is. A few hours later, the guests start to leave the tavern, stepping into the now deepening twilight. Spotting the portly man with ease among the crowd, the mercenaries follow their target from a respectful distance. One member of his entourage is carrying a round metal cage draped with cloth. The companions of the thoroughly drunken nobleman have to prop him up by the arms, making sure he doesn't stumble and fall into the mud tangling on his own feet. The irritated guards are clearly paying more attention to cursing their miserly employer, who refuses to hire a carriage, than to their surroundings. When the target's entourage turns into a darker alley, the mercenaries realize it's time to act. Set an ambush, cut for 2, guard 3. Go! Okay, here we are. To battle. Pause. We want you... Here you are. You go for the fireball. Attack up to 4 adjacent targets. You're going for the fireball. You're going restore morale and proportional damage dealt. Yeah, you're going for random target. You are going for reckless strike. The medical is stunned for 1 turn. Melee weapon is required. Yeah, you're gonna go for the reckless strike. And you're going for +5 convenient attacks. The enemy's backline first requires a bow. Do that. And you give us morale. thought you would attack the back row, but fine. Boom. Still not down, okay. Nice. Oh, the blue is... Okay, we are... Morale over 100. Okay, so the yellow one is the... Okay. Fireball. Random target. Convenient target. Reckless target, yeah. First one is down. Oh, and we ambushed them, right. We got an extra turn out of it. Ooh, that was a big strike. And gave us morale. And another morale. And another morale. Yeah, we are full on morale. Cool, 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 cool. Looking good, looking good. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. You can attack a random target. You don't need a fireball anymore. We can speed that one up as well. Down. Victory, -8 health for the main guy front, that's fine. After dispatching the guards, mercenaries take the untouched cage with the swan as well as the nobleman's purse. Unfortunately, like the cage, the purse turns out to be empty, a revelation that explains why the fat man snoring in the ditch had been returning from the auction on foot. The bird, most likely awakened by the sound of battle in the midst, an increased stream of shrill cries, tempting the already irritated mercenaries to follow by his plan and turn the swan into dinner. Only one task remains, enduring the racket long enough to deliver the wretched creature to its owner and collect a decent, well-earned payment. Go to the client. Unfortunately, the earthquake burst into laughter upon hearing the suggested sum of 1,500 gold coins. After a brief round of haggling, the mercenaries managed to get just 50, a disappointing payout, but still more useful than the cursed bird, which never stopped its vile screeching. Take it. Good. We are doing fine. Oh, next level for you. Critical chance +5. Morale at the beginning of battle. Let's take the fate. You. Critical strike and mercy goes down by 5. Morale at the beginning of battle. Strength, heavy-handed. Mercy goes down. No, we want to be merciful. Let's take heavy hand, that's fine. Attacks twice, requires a bow, reach time is 3 turns, double shot. -5 attack, attacks the enemy frontline first, requires a bow, double shot. And you, frontline defense requires a shield. Yeah, but you're doing two-hander, right? Yeah, you're doing two-handing. Wide sweep. Attack bonus at several nearest targets. Here we take this. And we're looking on 139, so we can upgrade some stuff. So an infirmary and the mana storage it is. Increased number of recruits available per week by 8. Unlocks advanced training, expert training, maximum amount of mercenaries increased to 10. Let's do this. Contract durations to 2 to 3 days. Okay. Let's get all of that stuff. I can't. Oh, because we have to get this first. Ah, that begins of okay, a new line. I see now. I see. Terrible speed of parties increases by 50%. Yes, we take that. And create commendations. Number of weekly contacts 4. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. This and that. Enemy contract duration. Yeah. 2 to 3 days. Okay. For now, we are fine. Let's move on. Let's rest, everyone. Could have also bought stuff. Oh, let me pause. And we are back. Sorry. So, where we at? Ooh, new week, new day. 3. Okay. We get 3 of those. That's the 3, right? This one here. Number of weekly contacts 3. Okay. Let's do tournament, caravan, underground fights. Let's do the caravan. Guarding a trade caravan. Okay. How many people do we have? The Pinewood? Why do we only have 5 guys? Ah, you're still training, right? Ah, still not ready, okay. Can we... We're still upgrading, we can't get a new guy. Okay. The caravan, the underground fight. Lewis has uncovered information about a not-so-legal spectacle meant for high-ranking guests, bloody fights to the death with generous payouts. Recommended 2 to 6. Oh, there is something. Okay. That's the first time I see recommendations. Local tournament is underway. Ben's team is advised to participate to gain a combat experience in a controlled environment and at the same time earn some gold and build fame. Oh, yes. Tournament 60. Is that the girl? Ah, now I see stuff. 15 gold for covering the caravan, and I don't know what is happening, and 10 for this. Okay. How long's the training taking on? 60% so far. They'll walk. Ooh, what's happening? Keep the change. Thanks, boss. Always a pleasure doing business with ya. So how's it going? You could say it's going, but no buts. Many copper makes a gold. Besides, if it's not much, at least we don't have to get our hands dirty, too dirty. Yeah, sure. We roughed up a couple of faces, but all the heat is on Earth's skill. They mistook us for Earth's men. Can you believe it, Ben? How lucky are we? Yeah, lucky indeed. Keep the change. Okay. First week done. Oh, what's happened? Real lucky. Oh, the timer's running. Timer's running on that. Yeah, timer's running on that. 69%. Damn it, I don't think we're getting ready before the contract is up, or is it? Yeah, okay, okay. Damn it. Not 76%. Could cut it close. Let's bring all of them. Oh, and we need the mana replenishment. Get into the cavern, get this. Yeah, it's building, it's fine. So, all of them over here. Oh, there's another one. Underground fights and masquerade ball. How long? 89%. Insurance company. Ben's latest attempt to drown himself in a muck of booze is interrupted by Lewis, who sits down next to him at the bar. The information trader tells him he's been contacted by a representative of an insurance company that has problems with Ursa's guild. The man is willing to pay for arranging insurances, insured events for Ben's enemy. What? The man is willing to pay for arranging insured events for Ben's enemy, and Lewis already has a suitable agent in mind. The only catch is he'll have to pay up front. I don't get it. What do they want from me? Who sits down next to him at the bar? The information trader tells him he's been contacted by a representative of an insurance company that has problems with Ursa's guild. The man is willing to pay for arranging insured events for Ben's enemy. What? Destroy stuff? Do I understand it correctly? They want to do insurance fraud? We pay them, they destroy stuff for him? No. Doesn't sound right. Figuring it wouldn't be wise to squander his already meager finance on such trivial matters, Ben shakes his head, Lewis shrugs and goes back to his business. I don't understand what he wanted from me. Shady business. The party arrives at a fenced field on the edge of town, take part in the quarterfinals. Let's see. To the battle. Pause. You do just cause, that's fine. Morale is all good. You do wide sweep, and you do double shot, and you do... I don't want to do fireball. Or maybe I do? But they're not to the death, right? These events and fights. Damn. Are they to the death? You did your double shot? That's armor. Armor. No one gets killed, it's a scruffle. Yeah, exactly. Ow. Did stab me. Maximum health at the beginning of the turn, okay. That was a good hit, and now the reckless one. Let's speed up the whole thing here. It's good, and that should be it. Victory! Semifinals. To battle. Pause. You do the double shot, you do the sweeps, you do you. You is fine, and we keep the fireball for the one fireball. One fireball it is. Speed up the thing. Oh, we don't have anyone in front of him. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, that's good. Now do this. Leave on the battlefield, please. Don't want you get killed. Okay, you're still sweeping. That's good. Ah, damn it. No, he's not down. Okay, he's out. That's good. Oh wow, that's a crit. That was a crit. Gets killed, it's a scruffle. Get XP. Victory, crowd cheers ahead of the final, but as the crowd roars, a few curious strangers approach the team. Hear them out. Turns out to be enthusiastic fans eager to offer personal congratulations to contestants on the delightful victory. Take part in the finals. 2 archers, a squire, and an archer. Can we do this? Put the priest down here, take part in the finals. Pause, and yeah, we want to do one more of this. We do this before he's down. We do random, we do wide sweep, and we do double tap. Okay, let's see. Wow, he's already way down. Crazy. Yeah. 40, that's perfect. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, that's the right one. Nice hit. Back row. Why is it skipping through everyone? No. We're not winning the finals. Probably not. Ooh, that was a big hit, but we are not winning the finals. No mana left. Ouch. Ouch. It's looking bad. Real bad. Ooh, she's alive. Damn it. Yeah, we're not getting them. No chance we could get it. One more shot. Oh no, we're not getting a shot. Well, that's that. It's a defeat, but it's fine. No luck this time, but at least they made it to the finals. The mercenaries leave the tournament. Cool. Level up for you. We get leaves the fight. The rest of the party gets plus 20 morale. Weakling. Cruelty. Do I have to take one? I have to take one. Well, fine. We do the weak link. I'm fine. Verbal counting. Plus 25 to morale at the beginning of a fight if there are more allies than opponents. Funny. Why not? He's coming back. We need to now give the caravan its thing. They're still not done. So that's that. One-handed mastery plus 1. Oh, they got that plus 3 attack. Okay, that's how that works. Good. This one is gone. Wait a minute. We need to do the underground fights. Everyone back? Yeah, everyone's back. These ones are to the death. 2 to 6 recommended. You in front, you in the... No, you don't. We keep you here. This one goes here. We don't have mana, that's bad. Let's take you. Let's take 36 in the front. Let's take 25 in the front. Let's take you in the back. And let's take you in the back. We are going to try that. Unfortunately, we didn't win the money. But we're going to do this. And yeah. Next week we get more contracts and more days. We need more days to finish them. This one. We need this one. But first off, we need more money. Party arrives at a shady tavern on the outskirts of capital. Spotting political fighters by their appearance, the innkeeper directs them to the vast basement below where the real entertainment takes place. Go down. The mercenaries struggle to find a fight organizer in the disproportionately large basement, half filled with people waiting for the event to begin. After looking the party over, he eagerly gives his approval for their performance. A fight against wild wolves is scheduled for today. To battle. Leave. Yeah, we're gonna go to battle. 2 wolves. We're gonna deal with that. We go for a wild reckless swing. You go for this. You go for that. You go for the double tap. And what is this? Attacks the target with lowest health. Ignores obstacles. Requires a dagger or bow. Must be in front row. Nope. Neither. Oh, they can't attack from the back row. Did I see that correctly? Why did he go? You little bastard. Ran away. Take the reward. Covered in blood and gore, job is done, all remains is collect the payment. Innkeeper leads the party to the private room where smiling, scrawny man is already waiting for them. Congratulations on their victory. The fight organizer pays the party. That was quick. Love to see it. You get an upgrade. Critical hits from your allies grant a double morale bonus. Sounds lovely. Project completed. Infirmary. Perfect. Yes, we can get more. Traveling speed is upgraded. Mana, storage. Perfect. Number of weekly contracts. Increase number of recruits available. Perfect. In we are. Let's see. You are the thing. Oh, that's the wrong button. I want to go here. Wound dressing. The Karcher. Retired gladiator. Verbal counting. Battle trails. Doesn't retreat. Dirty combat. Attack is increased by the same percentage of which the character's health is reduced. Attacks target. Okay. He's way too expensive. Can't get them. Okay. This one has his stuff. Ah, here it is. Mana. Go on 10. And then can we... How does this work? How does this work? I get 15 mana. But how do I get it to my guy? Or does he have to wait a day here? Let's wait the day and see if he replenishes mana to full. No. Why? How? What? Unlocks the ability to buy and store mana. Also allows to charge up mages. Yeah, I wanna charge up the mage. But I can't. No. How do I charge up the mage? Where and how? Tell me. Magic and mana. Mages and guardians are considered a serious threat to those around them, primarily due to their ability to wield powerful magic. Identifying mage among mercenaries is easy if a character has mana stat. Yeah. Replenishes while mercenary rests. Once the mana vault project is completed, the character master will offer the option to purchase this valuable resource. If mana is available in the vault, you can replenish a mage's mana reserve. To do so, simply click on the character's mana indicator on the supply screen. Here? Ah! Okay, not really intuitive, but fine. Then we go on to this masquerade ball. Flowers, one of the most renowned organizations in the capital, is hosting a grand celebration for the aristocrats and other influential figures. The event is private and security is being handled by a hired professional. Rumor has it that Flowers is short-staffed and would gladly welcome skilled defenders. Okay, we are taking the huge. We're taking you, we're taking you, we're taking... We're taking Donald. Yeah, the rest is not really... They're all so shady. But why not send them all? The merciful and you, for example, you can go with. And we need a new one. Let's take 11-0, 11-0, 3. He's lucky, he's a dirty combatant, he's really strong, he's loyal, we buy him. And that hopefully works out. Donald Reiter? No. Who's it? Here. Prawn Jones. Okay. Look, this is what I mean. If I've seen this, would have been better if I had known it before that he is not... he's fine, but yeah. You go in the middle. You... where you? You go here. Reiter goes here. That's a good front. And now we need one in the back. How about we take... 44... 11... Yeah, Reiter, we can probably at some point get rid of Reiter. For now we have him. Could be helpful. Let's take the alley cutthroat with us. No, let's take Bane with us. Off we go. Our weekly contracts are gone or done. And I have to look at the numbers next time to see how long. So, party arrives at the venue, a 2-story brothel near the heart of the capital. A pair of elegant dressed women at the entrance, upon learning of the mercenaries' purpose, greet them warmly and escort them inside. Before long, the local manager, who also happens to be the event's organizer, approaches. Listen to the instructions. What's happening here? Deadly bored. Irritation. Okay. After giving the newcomers a scrutinizing look, the woman nods in satisfaction and begins explaining. The hostess delivers a long and tedious rundown of the group's responsibilities. To prevent disturbances during the party, resolve conflicts if needed, and avoid bothering the guests unnecessarily. Glancing once more at the mercenaries, she adds that they must not be rude or start fights under any circumstances. Finally, the ordeal ends and the group takes up position in the grand party hall. Begin the work. At first, the mercenaries simply admire the attire of the arriving guests and local staff. Interesting, the former are often dressed more extravagantly than the latter. Still, identifying them is easy thanks to the ornate masks covering their faces. As more and more people flood into the room, the rising cacophony of voices, laughter, and music makes it harder for the mercenaries to even hear their own thoughts. In one corner of the hall, raised voices echo, not festive but tense. Two guests stand nearly nose to nose, surrounded by onlookers ignoring a frightened attendant's attempt to calm them. It seems they are arguing over who will dance with a certain lady. The hostess is nowhere in sight, and someone must intervene before the thing escalates. Threaten the troublemakers. That would give us big fat loyalty. And this one, calm the guests down. Depends on the maximum charisma, 7. Total strength of the party, 51. Calm him down. Failure. We threaten the troublemakers. Success. The mercenaries explain to the troublemakers that if they don't calm down, an unfortunate accident might befall them. Intimidated, the unruly guests retreat to opposite corners of the hall. Gradually, most guests grow tired of dancing and settle at the numerous tables for the establishment's attendees. Attendants, the musicians shift to more relaxed tunes and the buzz in the hall noticeably quiets. This now calms allows the mercenaries to hear raised voices come from the near entrance. Investigate. Outside, the mercenaries are met with an unpleasant sight. A group of scruffily dressed individuals wearing crude wooden masks have surrounded one of the establishment's attendants. Trembling with fear, the girl tries to explain to the strangers that an invitation is required to enter. Spotting the approaching backup, she pleads with the party to drive away the uninvited guests. Remove the troublemakers. Success. After some arguing, the uninvited guests finally leave. A frightened girl sincerely thanks the mercenaries before they return. And finally, the hostess informs the group that the party will now transition into a private event and their services are no longer required. The establishment's workers begin escorting guests upstairs. After receiving a curt thank you and a modest sum of gold, the mercenaries exit the building. Turn to the tavern. Wait. Do we wait? Wait. Gradually, music and laughter inside give way to certain other sounds. Curious passengers begin casting glances toward the building. It seems partygoers are now quite preoccupied. Seize the moment. What does this mean? Oh, we could rob them or what? Does it mean we what? You and you. Yeah, clearly they want to rob them. No, we return to the tavern. Enviously imagining the fun the wealthy are about to enjoy, the mercenaries begin their journey back. We are not interrupting that. Oh, Mana Inspector. An inspector from the Ministry of Magic Protection shows up at the tavern to conduct a routine inspection of the newly built mana storage facility. Ben, being the officially listed head of the organization, is forced to accompany the bureaucrat, answering endless questions about the workers' qualifications and materials used in the construction. After a grueling couple of hours filled with tedious inquiries and a meticulous examination of every corner of the warehouse, the inspector finally gives a satisfied nod and pulls a set of writing tools from inside the code. So. Comfortably seated at one of the tables in the main hall, the Metropolitan Bureaucrat is hastily compiling a report, confirming that the premises have passed all necessary inspections. Finally, he lifts his eye from paperwork and looks up at Ben. Suddenly, the inspector begins talking about how glad he is that not all citizens of the province are prejudiced against mages. In a slightly ingratiated tone, the bureaucrat suggests that Ben take a more active role in helping the unfortunate and prevent an event that could greatly exacerbate public animosity towards mages. Listen. Forced to smile, Ben decides to be polite and hear his guest out, especially since the inspector's document is still in the inspector's possession. According to the official, a huge whale has been washed ashore by the surf in the northern part of the province. The carcass has a very unusual color, and experts from the ministry claim that during his lifetime the whale absorbed a large amount of mana waste, likely what killed it. Keep listening. The stench from the decomposing carcass spreads for miles around, but for still, according to the same expert, there's a risk that the mana accumulated inside the whale could collapse at any moment, triggering a monstrous explosion and long-term contamination of the surrounding area. According to the inspector's plan, this is the part where concerned heroes should step in, preventing the impending catastrophe, and at the same time protecting the mage community from the persecution that would surely follow. The official hands his signed inspection document to Ben and looks at him expectantly. Cautiously accept. Ben barely has time to open his mouth before their conversation is interrupted by Lewis, who's sitting at the next table. The information trader declares that the warehouse he was built to store and resell mana has a valuable resource and that nobody particularly cares about the fate of mages. Interrupting the flustered official, Lewis adds that risking one's life for the good of others is a job for those in power, and if the Lord Viceroy himself doesn't consider the issue worth his attention, then the scale of criticism must be exaggerated. Why is he interceding for us if we want to do that job? I don't trust Lewis, to be honest. Clearly upset by the outcome of the conversation, the inspector offers a dry farewell and leaves the tavern to the laughter of the guests who clearly do not consider themselves the concerned heroes he was hoping for. Why? I really wanted to help him. Would have loved for a quest to be now here to do it anyway. I don't like Lewis. Does not attack, 10 defense to the whole group. Doesn't attack, 20 party morale every turn. Here we're gonna do Hymn of Invincibles, that sounds about right. Restores the mana of most derealized ammo, reduces range attack for all enemies by 30% for 3 rounds. Ooh, flare, nice. Yeah, I would say we call it here. That game is still not over, so yeah, the demo is rather long. We got stuff to do here. Lovely stuff, and I really liked what I saw here today. There's a setup here that is really working for me. I could play this now further, and it has a bit of Battle Brothers management from the company mixed with some auto battlers, and I like it so far. It's slower. It's not as quick. And yeah, I think the game has potential. There are some things that I would love to see improved. For example, the part where I have to decide what I do, I would love to see what the reasons are why these numbers are changing. For example, why is the loyalty going up 20 for one and minus 10 for the other? What is the reason behind that? I would love to see that. Also, I would love to see in the recruitment part, I would love to see the lenient or the tendencies of the guys. So if I see for the 732, I know that maybe some of the recruits don't fit into my company, and paying money then to just fire them is not the way I want to find out if they fit my company. I mean, I could also guess that maybe by the way I'm playing, that the loyalty is an indicator if they would fit my company or not. So I would say the Gerald is probably up, is probably here with me, and these guys are not what I need, as their loyalty is down. But I don't know. Don't really know what that. I would love to see it. Let's say it like that. Anyway, that was the game. That was that was Blades for Hire, the demo. Not even finished. Maybe I'm finishing this one off screen for myself. I don't know how far this one goes, but overall, like the game, like the idea, and like the slowness of it, and yeah, hope to see more of this game. And this one is also going onto my wish list, and of course that's why I'm playing it and I'm showing it to you. And nice find for me and maybe for you. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see ya. Bye bye.